my lords. Today we're going to learn about an extremely odd but very violent empire, and I must admit it's difficult to pronounce their name. They are the Pyrag Thul Planet Forgers, and this species of so-called thermophiles attempted to bring about the end of the galaxy. We've categorized them as a thermo-archaic empire, this being one that is ruled by an ideology that exalts energy, entropy, and stellar fire. This empire type does not seek conquest, merely destruction, and attempts to sculpt the galaxy with heat and their own personal will. They are quite unpleasant indeed, and I'll detail their story for you now, but we find them as a relatively established galactic player, holding several colonies and being a middling power in the Galcom. The report begins. Our scientists have reported a novel method for harvesting and storing entropy by binding it into a high-energy crystalline matrix. This crystallized entropy can store and transport substantial thermal energy, applicable across industrial, economic, and interstellar operations. Modelling suggests it might be used to terraform planets into hotter climates, or even in accelerating stellar evolution into red giants, i.e. turning stars into Class M red giants. In principle, stray entropy from across the galaxy can be reclaimed and converted into usable heat, driving compounding thermal expansion on a galactic scale. Effectively, we want to make our stars burn brighter, or rather, burn hotter. Fire has long played a significant role in our society, but now we may be able to harness its chaotic power in novel ways, and this is what our society have dreamt of for a long time, an energy source that goes beyond fueling our current civilization's needs, but one that could catapult us into the stars. With our existing samples of crystallized entropy, we have begun harvesting and synthesizing them without endangering our own home star. These crystals hold immense thermal energy, allowing our industry to store and transport far more efficiently than conventional methods. Red giants, thanks to their vast emission surfaces and thermal output, are ideal for the process, and we are ready to deploy the technology in any system under our control. Our technicians have also begun adapting the process for industrial use, experimenting with ways to synthesize entropy crystals by harnessing ambient entropy. With this new economy, igniting wealth and power are sure to follow, and our scientists are already researching how to scale production even further. We believe that we can do this by creating a structure called the Galactic Crucible, and we will begin construction immediately. Several months have passed, and we've built up the frame of our Galactic Crucible, and it's now ready to deploy automated systems designed to channel and amplify stellar entropy. Once dispatched, these automated systems will recycle and intensify the star's energy output, slowly converting it into a red giant and heating entire systems to support our empire's existing infrastructure. These entropy conduits can be produced at regular intervals and operate autonomously for our convenience. For now, they'll remain in our territory, but in time it may serve us to let them spread into the wider galaxy. After all, our empire should never stop growing. Several years have now passed, and our research into entropy has only grown more sophisticated. What we've discovered with our research into crystallized entropy has a chilling possibility. We have found that when highly concentrated, this crystallized entropy can power weapons of unimaginable scale, capable of devastating entire planets. With such power, the galaxy could fall under our mercy, but exploring these military applications would certainly shatter what little trust remains between us and our neighbours, and who's to say such weapons couldn't one day be turned against us? Empty words of peace will simply not suffice. If we wish to prove our intentions, we must publicly cripple our megastructure, the Galactic Crucible, thus ensuring it can never produce such devastating weaponry. Otherwise, it's only a matter of time before the technology is weaponized by us or by someone else. The council debated for some weeks, but eventually we came to a single conclusion: we would fan the flames of war. The Crucible, after all, has shown us a new path for our species. It would be foolish not to embrace this, and we will suffer no fools. It is time to remake the galaxy into a blazing new image and burn away anyone who rejects our vision. The research must continue. Several more months have passed, and our investigation into crystallized entropy has confirmed what we suspected. The potential for this devastating weaponry is very real. With such power in our hands, we would no longer need to temper ourselves for the sake of diplomatic niceties. The Crucible's expansion can accelerate, with focus on more aggressive applications. The sooner we unlock these weapons, the less the galaxy's opinions will matter. We must ready ourselves for a galactic war. Furthermore, ongoing research suggests that we may be able to scale up our operations in order to overheat the galactic core itself. This, we believe, would trigger a thermal cascade across the entire galaxy, thus transforming it into a much more hospitable place for us. We have identified 6 systems surrounding the core that could serve as operational hubs for this endeavour. These systems lie beyond the Galactic Hyperlane network, but efforts are underway to generate stable wormholes and establish access. We will be the only ones to survive the oncoming flame. This research took years, but the Galactic Crucible finally got to a point where it is fully armed and operational. We established a wormhole in this system and secured access to all 6 staging systems around the galactic core. Our work to overheat the core can begin. Other empires may detect the activity and will likely attempt to reach the systems, but for now, we hold the advantage. The core will bend to our will, and the only access to these systems is via the Crucible system, which is well protected. We will begin installation of more Crucibles in these core systems. Soon, we hope, our mastery of crystallized entropy will allow us to begin this radical transformation. We must defend them from anyone who will meddle in our plans, and we will set the galaxy ablaze. Several more months have passed, and we are now at a critical stage. Rival galactic empires have managed to force open hyperlanes to our staging grounds near the galactic core. They are open to enemy attack. As we continue to superheat the core, we prepare for resistance, but we will not be stopped. The cold dark of space will be scoured away, replaced by the blazing glory of our ascendant future. They will never snuff us out. History's greatest transformations have always demanded sacrifice, yet the galactic community views our work as a threat rather than a necessity. In response, a unified military coalition has mobilized against us, with extermination their stated goal. We are left with no alternative. Any approach towards the galactic core or the Galactic Crucible will be met with overwhelming force. The galaxy is against us, but our vision has ignited the stars themselves. Let those who choose to oppose it contend with the storm that we will summon. We will defend the galactic core systems, and our victory is assured. The outcome is inevitable. We have done it. A cascading firestorm impends. It is coming. We have fanned the flames of victory from the galactic core to the outmost stars in our galaxy. The firestorm has reduced our enemies to ash. They lacked vision, courage, and they lacked what was required to embrace the glorious future we claimed. The galaxy is ours in this new order of fire and fury. Planets boil with magma and light, set aglow by the swelling heat of our newly formed red giants. Entropy surges throughout every system, ours to harvest and bend to our will. With each passing day, our empire grows richer, stronger, unstoppable even. We have consumed the galaxy and remade it as a blazing beacon of our dominion in the void, and one day perhaps we will cast other galaxies onto the pyre. Our fiery home has no tepid weaklings, and at last we banish the cold dark from this galaxy. A very interesting end to this tale, my lords. It appears that this empire managed to turn every star in the galaxy to Class M red giants. It also seems to have stoked the primordial fires, so to speak, of several pre-FTL worlds, essentially allowing this empire to rule over their new galaxy as a fallen empire, helping or hindering these new thermophile children empires, however they see fit. I must ask, are they any better than a Nemesis empire who tears the galaxy asunder, or a Cosmogenesis empire who shreds reality in two? Only history will judge them.